Hey folks, it's Masterpiece, and I have another vintage collection review for you guys. This time it's going to be a 3-pack from the Jedi Survivor video game. Comes with the Riot Scout Trooper, a Magna Guard, and a KX security droid. Here's the back. Not too much on the sides. Same thing on this side. And not too much on the bottom. So we're just gonna get right into it. Alright, so here they all are outside of that packaging. And finally I have more TVC figures to pose with Cal. I absolutely love this video game. One of my favorites so far this year. I pretty much almost completed the entire game. I just need a few things to collect and explore from Kobo and Jeddah. But other than that, everything else is completely 100% on all maps, and you know, it's still a work in progress. I pretty much no-lifed that game and played it for many hours already. So it was such a great game. But I guess we'll do the Riot Scout Trooper first, since there's a few stuff that I don't know, I don't really like from the Scout Trooper. One of them being pretty obvious, but yeah, I'm just happy to have more TVC figures in the line from Jedi Survivor, because for the longest time it's just been the Cal and his BD-1. I've already had the Jedi Survivor 3-pack. It's just that I'm also a sealed collector, so I haven't gotten my hands on another one until today. So I didn't want to open the other one until I got an extra one, because good news for all sealed collectors, if you didn't know, these action figures come with the card unpunched. So I know a lot of sealed collectors love that. But yeah, we're gonna start with the Riot Scout Trooper first. So I'm gonna put Cal in the back. If I could get him to stand. Alright, so Riot Scout Trooper. VC 255. So there's a card back, a really good card back image. I believe that's on Planet Jeddah. Looks like Jeddah. Could be Kobo. But he comes with a lot of great accessories. Comes with his Scout Blaster and the Riot Baton with the Riot Shield. There's the back, part of the Gaming Greats line. You could read all that if you want. Pause it. But we're gonna get right into it. If you haven't played Jedi Survivor, man, I highly recommend it. I mean, I know at the launch it was a little finicky, but with all the updates that they did, I was one of the lucky ones actually. I didn't have any problems with the game at all, other than some lagging on some cutscenes. Other than that, the game was flawless for me, fortunately enough. If you get it now, I'm sure it's all those issues are resolved by now. I'm gonna lay this stuff out here. Okay, so what's wrong with this figure? Easy. It's the damn head sculpt. It looks horrible. Absolutely horrible. As opposed to this guy, look at his helmet and then look at this helmet. And I know what you're thinking, probably it looks way too big on this figure. I forgot what figure this is. This is from the, it came with the bunker set, I believe, and it's actually supposed to be the Rebel shock trooper in disguise, but that looks pretty good to me. It doesn't seem too big or too small, even though there's a head underneath it, so the helmet has to somewhat be big so that it can fit the head and you can take the helmet on and off. But it looks good to me. That's how it should look. This is just pretty bad. It looks way too small. You could actually kind of fit this over it. I'm not gonna try that, but yeah, that's bad. You could probably head swap it if you really want to. Let me try it. Probably not. This ball joint looks a little smaller. Oh, no, not really. Actually, yeah, you could head swap the bunker set Scout Trooper with this one if you don't want to take off all like these straps and, you know, you just want to have him posed with his accessories. You could do that. It's pretty good. Alright, so other than that, it should be the same mold. We'll check the articulation. Nope. Never mind, this one doesn't have rocker ankles when that one does. Knees are good. No swivel at the thigh. This is a mold that's seems pretty old. Arm, elbow, wrists, and then the head articulates pretty good. Could definitely look up and down. This back here is a little limiting when it comes to the articulation on his torso, so that's something to keep in mind. But I mean, other than that, it looks great. He comes with his Scout Trooper blaster that straps onto his boot. You can see the holster right here. Just be careful for that piece because I've lost plenty of those. Very easy to lose. Here's his riot baton, or electro staff, whatever you want to call these. Comes with the little lightning effect thing. So I'll have him holding that. And then he comes with his riot shield. Really nice riot shield. It has a handle in the back here, along with a little area where you could strap on the arm. So we'll just have him hold it, and this goes over the arm like so. If I could just get this arm to get in there. There we go. Just like that. Just how he's posed on the card back image. So there's that. I'm gonna have him standing next to the ATST. And we're gonna move on to the Magna Guard. So I believe this is the first time, other than like Power of the Force line and all that other stuff, this is the first time in the vintage collection that we've actually gotten a Magna Guard. I might be wrong about that, but I like this one because it has like the robes here that kind of drape down on the side. There's a card back image. Simple card back image, not too bad. And he only comes with his Electro staff. He is VC 188 in the line. What was this one? 255. So I think that means that there has been a Magna Guard in the past in the vintage collection line, unless they made a mistake with that. I don't know. I don't really keep track of these VC numbers. All right, so here he is. I really like these guys. These guys are really cool in the Jedi Survivor video game. So this is what he looks like. There seems to be some sort of design or graphic back here. It's cool. I never noticed that in the video game. These guys usually move too fast to really observe how they look or anything like that. So good paint apps, interesting colors. As far as articulation goes, there's the knee. And that seems to be on a ball joint hip. Would probably work best in this kind of body mold. How does this work? Oh, okay, so the top there is on a ball joint, so he could do crunches. Arm articulation. Elbow, wrist. It's an interesting figure. And then the head articulates pretty well. You can look up and down. And then here's his accessory, his electro staff, double-sided electro staff. Looks nice. He's not too hard to get to stand up, which is kind of surprising because he has really thin limbs. And he's mostly top heavy too, so I don't know, maybe I've just been lucky, but I could see standing him up being an issue. Do a lot of cool poses with him. The hands have no problem holding the staff. With these guys, you could chop off their heads in the game. There's been plenty of times where I've chopped off the head and I thought that I had already defeated the Magna Guard, but they just keep attacking you, just like in Revenge of the Sith. I think the same thing happens in Revenge of the Sith when Obi-Wan is facing up against one of General Grievous's Magna Guards. Same thing happens in the game as well, which was a nice touch. It always kind of confuses me, even though I know that they can still fight without a head. But yeah, looks good. And last but not least, we have the KX security droid. This one looks more like he's in Kobo in the background because there's actual like plant life in the image there, whereas in Jedi it's just desert mountains and all that kind of stuff. So that's a card back image. This is VC 256 in the Gaming Greats line. So I love these KX security droids. I have K2. I've been having K2 for a while now, but these KX droids are awesome. You can never have enough of these. I love these ever since they were introduced in Rogue One. Imagine getting chokeslammed by one of these guys. Anyways, this is the same mold as K2. Same articulation in the ankles as K2. Knee. And look, I think that's a ball joint at the hip, but with the mold being so limiting in and of itself, you can't really have them do the splits. Articulation at the waist. Arm. Elbow. Wrist. Head. Great articulation at the head. And then he comes with his little backpack thing. It's not removable, I don't think. Nope. Okay, so this guy is a little difficult to find a balance for, just because he has this backpack that's weighing him down, and he wants to like fall back. See? So you kinda gotta have him leaning forward, just so you could balance out. That's one thing to keep in mind, but he's kind of moving back because he's so used to how he was posed in the packaging. But it's still a great figure. I might have this one in my true to scale AT-AT. Along with the Riot Scout Trooper. Alright, so I have all three of them posed here with Cal. Funny enough, these amount of enemies at once is not unusual in the game. You'll have all different kinds of Scout Troopers and B1 battle droids and all that kind of stuff after you in that game, so this right here is not unusual in the game. All different kinds of enemies all coming at you at once. So looks good. Three figures. I mean, you can't really complain about that, and they're really good figures. The Scout Trooper is the most outdated in my opinion. I don't know, I haven't had Magna Trooper before, so that one seemed okay with articulation. I mean, as long as it stands. The KX droid is the same KX droid as K2. The only problem with that is that K2 didn't have the backpack, so this one's hard to stand up. And also, before I forget to mention, the Scout Trooper has a really small head. It looks really bad, but you could always switch it out with the Rebel Shock Trooper in disguise, which is what I did. So